I am wrong. I have always been wrong. And I will always be wrong for the rest of my life. But that's okay, because everybody else is wrong. These are my diaries for the last 5 years. And when I read these today, and I see what I wrote 5 years ago, what I wrote earlier, what I wrote 2 years ago, I don't agree with these things anymore. My opinions have changed. My opinions will always change. In 2 years, I may not agree with what I'm saying today. In 5 years, I may not agree with what I'm saying today. I think that I have started a channel. The best time to say that I will always be wrong is now, in the beginning. In 2004, a senator from the state of Illinois said that marriage was between a man and a woman. In 2012, President Barack Obama was the first American president to publicly declare that he was for gay marriage. And do you know who was that senator in 2004? He was the same Barack Obama. But what changed in these 8 years? Why his opinion changed? This is because he's a leader. He evolved, and that's what leaders do. And I want to become a leader, not an authority. Do you know what's the difference between a leader and an authority? An authority is a dictator. He or she goes up by keeping others down. While a leader, he or she goes up by taking everybody with him, all his followers with him or her. That's the difference between a leader and an authority. Authorities are dictators. They stay up by fear. While leaders, they make their followers think, and those followers will follow the leader of their thinking, not by fear, because they want to follow. These videos are available for billions of people around the world to see. It's better than I just tell this in the beginning itself. I don't want later to anyone to use these videos and take me as an authority and not to question my words. If I say, for example, that Apple is the greatest stock of all time, that's my opinion. But if I bring the facts and I can prove that Apple is the greatest stock of all time, this is fact. This is not any opinion. But I can't prove these facts. How would you assess these facts? It depends how you interpret the facts. Is it just the stock price, or is it fundamental, the dividend yield? How do you measure the best stock of all time? But if I say that the earth is round, this I can prove. This is a fact, not an opinion. Opinions always change. My opinions will always change. And yours too needs to change, because that's how we evolve. Recently I read a book by Jonathan Haidt, The Righteous Mind, Why Good People Are Divided by Politics and Religions. Well, most people will think that what they believe in, the religion that they believe in, or their political affiliation is the right one, because they never tried the other ones and they don't know about the other one. But is there any right or wrong, or are we all just biased about our own opinions, thinking that our opinions are facts? The book itself is about social psychology and how different people perceive what is morality differently. What I believe is moral might be immoral for you, and what you believe is moral might be immoral for me. And like Friedrich Nietzsche said, there's no such thing as morality. Nietzsche always said that he was immoral because he did not believe in morality. And that's why he wrote that book, Beyond Good and Evil, because there's no good, there's no evil. Each person has his or her own different opinions. And that when we share these opinions, that's how we grow, that's how we evolve, that's how humanity grows. We should be able to see how the other person sees. If I say, for example, 150 years ago during the American Civil War, of course today we know that the North were right because slavery is wrong. But 150 years ago, if you put yourself in the situation of those southern slave owners, where they own plantations, how do you think at that time, how would they react if the North just said that we should abolish slavery, and how would their economy grow? Of course, they have to rely on slavery. I'm not saying that for everything we should go through a civil war to solve the matter, but today we know that slavery is wrong. Everybody can say that slavery is wrong, and slavery was wrong at the time. But at the time, 150 years ago, saying that slavery is wrong was not a fact, it was an opinion. But now it evolved into a fact. What is wrong today might be good tomorrow, and what is good today might be wrong tomorrow. And at the time, 150 years ago, America had a great leader, Abraham Lincoln. He was a real leader, a great leader, because he said, "The way I destroy my enemies is by making them my friends." The American Civil War could have been worse, but Lincoln, he understood the opinions of his enemies, and he knew how to work on that. That's what, after the Civil War, America quickly recovered. Just after 10 years, the Civil War started in 1861, and in 1871, America was the #1 economy in the world. Just 6 years after the war. How did they recover so quickly? And they did not go into despotism? It's because of this idea that the opinions, everyone can have it, and it's okay. The best way we don't have to agree with anyone else's opinions, because everybody else is wrong, and you are wrong. You have to admit that. You have to know that what you are saying, you are wrong. And I know I'm also biased with my opinions. For some people, I might be too liberal, while for others, I might be too conservative. When I did the test, where am I found on the political compass? When I did it 3 years ago, I was somewhere else from what I got when I did it today. So my opinions change. My position on the political compass changes. And I don't think there's such a real thing as political compass, because we have such complicated morals. The only thing I know for sure is that I know nothing. That's what Socrates said 2000 years ago when he went to Athens. He did not just go there and give his opinion and say that you are wrong, I'm right, this is how it should be done. No, he went there as an ignorant, and he asked the people to teach him what they know, because he knows nothing. When you go into the world saying to yourself that you are wrong about everything that you know, and that you know nothing at all. That's how you learn. And you can learn from anyone. 400 years ago, when Galileo, when he said that he had never met a man so ignorant that he has not learned anything from him. So from anyone you can learn anything, but you should always be learning something from others. Yes, and you can also read books. From books you will learn things, but you should think. The best known book about business, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's called Think and Grow Rich, not Obey and Grow Rich, not Listen and Grow Rich, not Read and Grow Rich. It's called Think and Grow Rich. What I want you to do is I want you to think everything I say, not just take everything I say as some authority. That's not what I want you to do. Because if you do that, you won't grow rich. The only way to grow rich is not to dream and grow rich, it's to think and grow rich. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and to go and see all my other social networks. Thank you. Goodbye. Have a nice day.